You have the task, specifying clearly what they are supposed to do. The resources. Very important in this web quest is that, as you can see, the teacher managed to suggest some vocabulary to be used during this web quest. Most probably, the students will need this vocabulary when they have to report their findings. Apart from the vocabulary, the teacher also suggested some transitional expressions, very useful when you are supposed to report some information. Like, for example, the aim of this report is to furthermore, moreover, additionally, etc. We have the self-evaluation, as you can see. So in this case, the teacher decided on a set of questions for the students to evaluate their performance during this web quest. This is another example of a web quest, but now it is a PDF-based web quest. It has the same or a similar structure. There you have the presentation. The introduction with different questions to, in a sense, try to activate some prior knowledge that the students might have on the topic. The task, as you can see. So here we are presenting the problematic situation the students will have to figure out, in groups or in pairs. The process with the different stages the students are supposed to follow, and also the resources. Another format we can use for web quests is a PowerPoint presentation. This is maybe a more recommendable and more motivating way to present a web quest because of different reasons. For example, you can add pictures, you can add animations, you can even link to some video files or audio files, and also some web links. And it should be a little bit easier than creating a web page. I want to show you an example now of a PowerPoint-based web quest. This is a PowerPoint-based This is a PowerPoint-based web quest, and as you can see, it's about Elvis Presley. The king is alive. We have the introduction, and look at the last line. It says, do you think it's possible that the king is still alive? If you click on the Here link, your students will see a video related to this topic. Then we have the task. As you can see in this case, this is supposed to be teamwork. This month there will be a special tribute to the king. Different groups of fans have formed teams to organize this mega event, which will be broadcast live worldwide. So what is the task? Your team is in charge of creating a PowerPoint presentation giving details of his life, not only as a singer, but also as a human being. You have the process, and obviously the resources that the students have to use. And then, as you can see, you have the rubric. This is a very simple rubric, focusing on 3 elements: information, visuals, and group work. And your students have to assign points to the different elements. And finally, the conclusion to round up the topic and to reflect upon the experience. And finally, we have one more possible format we can have for web quests, and that is using templates. But what is a template? As you can see in the definition, a template is a framework for web pages and sites. Templates for web pages work much like templates in Microsoft Word or any other word processing application. So I'm going to show you 2 possible templates. This is one possible template you can find on the internet. As you can see, the idea of template is that you have specific information or instructions to follow in order to fill in the different parts of the web quest. First, you have an overview. Then you have the instructions to develop the introduction. For example, if a web quest is about the place, include some general information, a picture and/or an audio file. Then you have questions and the task, the process, the resources, and finally, the evaluation and the conclusion. So as you can see, a template is, in a sense, a step-by-step procedure in order to create a web quest. Okay? We also have a second possible template, which is a little bit more dynamic because it looks like a real web page. I want to show you one example. This is maybe the most recommendable template to use because it works like a real web page. As you can see on the left, you have a menu, top, introduction, task, process, all the different stages in the web quest, and all of them are clickable. So if you click on them, you will go directly to that stage of the web quest. And again, in the center, you have the indications of the instructions to follow in order to create the web quest. For example, you have the introduction,